Hi everyone, welcome to today's workshop on consistency. My name is Jamie McLaren. Let's go ahead and jump in. I've got a favorite quote that I want to share with you today as we talk about consistency and the power of it. I try to share this quote anytime I can when I'm working one-on-one with someone in any program that we do. It ties into what we're talking about overall. So here is the quote. It is that it takes 4 weeks for you to notice your body changing. It takes 8 weeks for your friends and family to notice change. And it takes 12 weeks for the rest of the world to see your body change. 12 weeks of consistency. Give it 12 weeks and don't give up. That isn't one workout for 12 weeks, one salad a week for 12 weeks. It is consistently exercising and eating nutrient-dense food for 12 weeks. And not just 12 weeks and you're done for the rest of your life and you've hit your goals, but 12 weeks is just the start. The lasting change comes from being consistent with the habits that you do build in the 12 weeks. Consistency is powerful when it comes to improving your overall health and fitness levels. Many times we find that when we are on a journey that the end goal, the end weight, the end program, and challenge is the overall goal, right? Then after that, we aim for another, thinking that end destination is what we're looking for. We forget that the journey to that end goal, whatever it may be, is more important than that final destination goal. I think we can all agree that this applies to any part of life, that you get more from the journey than the destination. How do you get to that end goal, end destination, end of program, your goal weight, or your performance-based goal? With consistency, right? With showing up. You literally will not magically get there unless you show up and do the work. And this isn't showing up once or a few times or only when you feel like it. It is showing up out of habit and discipline, which comes after some time, of course, and that comes from being consistent in general. Think about when you were a little kid, learning an instrument, reading more books, or learning a new sport or getting better at a new sport. You have to practice it, right? Not just one day a week for a few minutes, but regularly for many minutes over long periods of time. Oftentimes, getting rid of that timeline in your head and what should happen is best to get rid of it. What should happen is putting effort into eating more nutrient-dense foods, putting in effort to complete workouts regularly or just move your body regularly. If you fall off track, don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace and jump back into it. Show up tomorrow and do it again and again and again and again. Improving your health and fitness is about the long game. It is not a quick fix. You will have different phases of life where your routine and your workouts look different. The point is that if you are constantly showing up regularly and consistently, that is where the change is going to happen. One thing to remember is that consistency does not equal perfection. I think sometimes we equate those as the same thing, and that is what can derail us. Because if we can't get in a perfect week of workouts with strength training all the major muscle groups 2 to 3 times a week, with hitting that perfect 150 minutes of cardio that is recommended for you, and stretching all your muscles after every workout, then why even bother if it's not perfect? Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong way of thinking. That's kind of an all or nothing mindset and a perfectionism mindset. If you can only get in one 20-minute workout 1 week because life happens, life gets crazy, you have different schedules, work deadlines do exist, then that's fine. Get that one 20-minute workout in that week. Hopefully that next week is lighter and you don't have as much going on. Aim for 2 to 3 20-minute workouts. As long as you keep showing up consistently over time, when you have little pockets and little windows of time, that's what adds up in the long run. Aiming for perfection sets us up for unrealistic expectations and the inevitable discouragement and disappointment. Rather than trying to set up the perfect workout plan or meal plan, try to reframe your mindset and set more realistic expectations in the context of your life, your circumstances, and your schedule. Make it work for you and your world. Bottom line is that you can be consistent without being perfect. Once you drop the expectation of perfection, it can become easier to work out, meal prep, eat nutrient-dense foods. Giving yourself some grace can be an amazing thing. So let's talk about some actionable steps that you can take to increase your consistency. Let's say you're not currently exercising and you are eating out most of your meals. What can you do to add some change or make some change in your life to improve your consistency with moving your body more, eating more nutrient-dense foods? Here's an idea. Let's talk about your meals. Let's think about changing just one meal, right? That sounds pretty simple. Maybe, let's say it's breakfast. See if you can make your breakfast at home this week rather than either eating out, not eating breakfast, or eating a bowl of sugary cereal. There is a time and place for cereal, but it is not every day. See if you can make a breakfast that is full of a couple of different key nutrients, carbs, fats, protein, and maybe a little bit of fiber. Here's some examples of that. Greek yogurt, some toast, and a piece of fruit. Or maybe you do an egg sandwich with a piece of fruit as well. Maybe it is a veggie omelet. Oftentimes simple is best, so maybe just eggs, toast, fruit. Pretty simple, huh? Or even a smoothie. Another great option for on the go is a smoothie. Throw in some spinach, banana, peanut butter, and some Greek yogurt, and you've got carbs, fats, protein, and fiber as well. You can make that in 5 minutes or less. Drink it on your way out the door in the car. If you just change your one meal, breakfast in this case, most days of the week, that's about a third of your diet that week, right? So you're already changing a third of your diet just from changing one meal. When you do that consistently over long periods of time, then you've changed a third of your diet over your entire year, if you will. Now let's talk movement. How can you add in more movement in your day? One really simple thing is just going for a walk. Start really small. You can start with 5 minutes. You might be looking at me like, okay, anyone can go walk for 5 minutes. That is right, but sometimes that's a great place for someone to start. So if you are aiming to do those 5 minutes, you're going to go out there and be like, well, this is easy. I'm going to go for a little bit longer. Another great option is to aim for 15 minutes. So put your shoes on, head out your door, walk 7.5 minutes in one direction, walk 7.5 minutes the direction back. That's 15 minutes right there. You got to get home one way or another, and it's only 7 minutes. You can listen to 2 separate songs on your, if you've got your headphones plugged in, maybe 3 songs in those 7 minutes, and then turn around and head back. Simple, 15 minutes. Doing this most days of the week, let's say you do it 4 days out of the week, that's an hour of movement. That's an hour of walking in a whole week, which if you didn't do any of that, that's an hour more than you were doing in the past. So these simple things that you can do just to make some simple changes, they do add up. And I want to encourage you to realize how much that adds up. Doing it consistently, going for those walks every week, that's going to add up to more movement than you were doing if you weren't. Or improving your diet, improving your one meal throughout your day, that's going to be a third of your diet that week, maybe a third of your diet that whole year. Once you've added those things or made some changes, keep showing up for yourself consistently. I want to read a couple of testimonials that we do have from some members that we have heard from in the past, I guess in the past 9 months to a year from the programs that we've been doing. I'll start with some simpler ones and then read 2 longer, profound ones. One person said that they were, after completing a program, they were able to reduce their statin from 20 milligrams to 10 milligrams. She's calling that a huge win, and her overall goal was to aim for no more statins. And that was after completing an 8-week challenge with us. One person also said in the fall that it took them 2 hours to complete 2 miles. Now they are completing 3 miles in an hour and a half with the goal of 3.1 miles in an hour and a half as well. So that person has competed in a lot of our programs. So even since the fall, competed in program after program after program. It's summer now. This was in the springtime when this came in. But that is the consistently showing up. And it wasn't major, huge, flip your life upside down changes. It was small stuff, changed, pivoted, reframing, and doing it over and over and over and over. And then adding on as they increase their, confidence in what they were doing as they increased their ability to do more. One person said they feel more energized and didn't have as many aches and pains throughout the days and weeks by completing an 8-week challenge we hosted and doing it consistently throughout those 8 weeks. One person said that things were going well for them. This morning they had lost 20 pounds, which exceeded their 18-pound goal. They were going to shoot for a couple more just to get what they wanted. They did not expect to get that far, and we were very instrumental in helping them get that far to get them in the right mindset and help them to learn that it's about the journey. And then lastly, one person that sent us in a really great testimonial, she took our classes in person in the past and has continued to take our classes and do our programs throughout this virtual world that we're in. But here is what she said. All of you have kept me so motivated. I recently hit an amazing milestone I didn't think was possible. I'm 48 years old. I am married and I have 2 kids, about 5'5", and my heaviest I weighed 157. By the time I came and started here, I was around 145. I never ever thought my weight would be anything under 130 pounds again. I figured that ship had sailed years ago with my 20s. I have not weighed anything under 130 since my 20s. I didn't get on the scale much at all, maybe once or twice a week to check in, or maybe even once a month at times. But a couple weeks ago, I happened to weigh myself. The scale read 129.3. I was in disbelief. I got on, got off, back on, just to double check. I can't even say I was trying. I was simply keeping up with my fitness routine, your classes, and continuing to be reasonably mindful regarding my eating. I stopped chasing a weight years ago and focused more on being fit, toned, stronger, better endurance, and healthy. Unbelievable. I still can't believe it. Thank you to each one of you for being an important part of achieving that. So it just goes to show that these people that are seeing lasting change, they're showing up for multiple programs, multiple events, multiple classes that we run, and they're showing up over and over and over. Not every week is perfect. Even with us, we do not have perfect weeks. We have vacation. We also have work deadlines as well. We have lives. Things happen. Life happens. Those crazy weeks, do what you can. The weeks where you have more time, take advantage of it. Show up in those pockets of time, those windows of time, and do what you can. Do it over and over and over. And I've tried to stress this in a lot of the coaching calls that we've done in the programs in the past, but if you've got, a 6-week program you're doing and you kind of fall off after week 2, okay, when you're ready and you feel like, oh crap, I fell off the wagon, it's week 5 now, start back at week 3. It doesn't have to end in 6 weeks. It can be jumping back in when you're ready. It can be completing the full program. Even if it takes you 12 weeks to do a 6-week program, there's no deadline. Life continues on. Keep continuing on with the program. You're going to get more out of it by completing it overall than just kind of, oh, I fell off, let me just quit. So I want to continue all to show up for yourself consistently. If you need help with this, we are here for coaching sessions. So I hope this is an encouragement to you all, and you have a good rest of your day. Bye, everyone.